Hey fellow foodies, welcome. Perfect timing. I was just getting ready to make a batch of my favorite comfort food, which I find to be the king of comfort food. That's mac and cheese. This is not just any mac and cheese, although there are millions of renditions of mac and cheese. This rendition is with pancetta, manchego cheese, and pecorino cheese. It screams deliciousness. Let's get cooking. Okay, let's start with the obvious. Let's start with a pot of water, to which we add salt to. Once the water comes to a boil, we're going to add 3 cups of shell pasta, cooking to al dente per the directions. I like to go a little under, as when it's baked off with the cheese, the pasta will absorb the cheese and further cook. Carefully strain your pasta. Once my pasta is strained, I like to rinse it with some cool water to bring it to room temperature and cool it down a little bit. This is when the deliciousness starts coming into play. We're going to add some pancetta to a pan. This pancetta is already cubed. Once your pancetta is crisp, we're going to take it out and put it on paper towel. We're going to add onions and fresh oregano to the pancetta drippings. Cooking the onions until they're translucent. Once the onions are cooked, we're going to add 3 cans of evaporated milk. Evaporated milk is just a shelf-stable milk that has a lot of the water taken out. We're going to bring this to a simmer, which generally takes probably about 4 minutes. Once we've achieved a simmer, we're going to add some cream cheese to it. The cream cheese is going to add thickness to it without having to add a roux being butter and flour. Continue to whisk in until smooth. To this, we're going to add some pecorino cheese. Pecorino cheese is an Italian cheese made of sheep's milk. Fresh cracked black pepper. To assemble, we're going to pour the cheese sauce over our cooled shell pasta. Be sure to mix it up so it's well incorporated. It's looking creamy. We have some individual sized baking dishes and some olive oil. What I like to do is I like to line the baking dishes with olive oil just to make sure that it doesn't stick. And it also creates a nice crust in the baking process. You can use butter if you prefer. I like the olive oil. We're going to spoon some of the shells into the bottom of the baking dish. We're not going to fill it. We're going to add some manchego and some pancetta. So we want to make sure there's manchego and pancetta both in the mid of your mac and cheese and then on the top as well. So we're going to add more of the mac and cheese on top of the first layer. Manchego cheese. And then we're going to finish it with more pancetta. Feel free to use as much pancetta as you want. A little bit of pecorino cheese on top. So the oven is ready at 400 degrees. We're going to bake this off for roughly 20 minutes, but that all depends on you. If you like it a little more crusty on top, feel free to go a little further. And there you have it. Let's give it a taste. See, it stayed nice and creamy. It's piping hot. Delicious. Enjoy.